Granati am going to take you on a journey. My own personal journey through the crazy roller coaster of what it is to be an adult. I, at age 30, have had my fair share of joys, successes, trials, tribulations, romantic sagas, you name it, I've gone through it, and ultimately finding peace with who I am. I would say that my first real moment of becoming a true adult was moving to New York 5 years ago. I had $200 in my pocket and a suitcase and no real concrete plan except that I wanted to be a professional New York performer aimed for Broadway, and I was willing to do whatever it took to make that happen. I stepped off that airplane when I landed in New York, wide-eyed, anxious, and excited. I was so naive, I never could have predicted in that moment all that I would experience or all of the people I would encounter in New York. What the fuck? Hey, you there with that face in the mirror. What the hell are you looking at? No, really, who are you there to judge me? You're exactly like me, but flat. And I'm the one who has to live this life. Grab the happiness that comes my way. So I'm gonna say, what the fuck? Stay the night. There's a chance that it will all be alright. It's possible that I'm pushing this a little too far, but it's not like things can get a whole lot worse than they are. I'm not running on a streak of good luck. So what the fuck? Another day of saving the planet. One more night of nothing but tears. And Stephen plays dumb, surprised that I want him. Like we haven't been flirting for years. And I know that I was out of bounds. It was me somehow on the attack. But then he kissed me back. What the fuck? What's the deal? Can I ever just feel what I feel? I'm accomplished and I'm funny. I've got wisdom and wit and a taste for certain men who won't treat me like shit. So romance has again run amok. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What'd I do? How'd I end up lying naked with you? I was stone cold, stupid sober, so I can't blame the drink. I was needy, I was greedy, and I just didn't think. That's a lie, I thought about it a lot. I had lots of warning thoughts I forgot. Just another bad decision, I guess. Just another pile of crap in the mess that I managed to involve my best friend. Will my trail of sad mistakes ever end? 'Cause I'm starting to suspect that I'm stuck like a schmuck, and I suck. What the fuck? Thank you so very much. So the first job that I landed in New York City was working in real estate. I was hired by my childhood friend to be a real estate agent, and I worked in the financial district in the Trump building. And I was immediately thrown to the wolves and had to start showing properties. Want to talk anxiety? I knew nothing about New York City or the financial district, and the financial district is super confusing because all of the streets are named rather than numbered, and they form this clusterfuck and zigzag together, and it confuses the hell out of me. So I'm there showing properties, and I'm trying to like sound like an expert so I can close deals, and people would ask me a lot of questions, and I would literally pull information out of my ass because I didn't know what I was talking about. So they would ask me, where's the nearest grocery store? And I'd be like, oh yeah, it's that way. I had no idea. But anyway, real estate, it was great, but it was stressful. I didn't know what I was doing at first. But by the grace of God, my ability to bullshit and putting on my big cheesy Dani smile. I managed to close 2 deals my first week. Ka-ching! I was off to a great start. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find a king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through, New York, New York. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the list, queen of the crop at the top of the heap. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through, New York, New Thank you so much. So I had a great beginning with real estate, closing 2 deals my first week. That's impressive, right? I was proud of myself. But here's the thing about real estate, it's commission only. So if you're not always closing, they say ABC, always be closing. Easier said than done. You need another survival job. So again, I was looking, what else should I do? And I got a job at none other than our favorite all-American coffee shop, Starbucks. I was Dani the latte girl. I remember that first day of training at Starbucks very vividly. There was Miguel, the more seasoned barista, standing there for 3 hours trying to teach me how to steam milk. I was splattering it everywhere, fail. Anybody who knows me well knows that I suck in the kitchen. You can ask my mother how many hot dog pans I've burned. She calls me dangerous for a reason. I'm just not going to get in there. Yeah, sorry, Louie, I'm not domesticated that way. But anyhow, yeah, I couldn't steam milk, and I was really bad at making the drinks. So the management at Starbucks figured out pretty quickly that I was better served to stand at the front of the store, put on my big cheesy Dani smile, and greet customers and handle the cash register. And I did very well there. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of interesting people who worked at Starbucks. Some of them were dull. Some of them were overly flamboyant. And one of them was simply charming. There's a boy who works at Starbucks who is very inspirational. He is very inspirational because of many things. I come in at 8:11 and he smiles and says, "How are you?" When he smiles and says, "How are you?" I swear my heart grows wings. So today at 8:11, I decided I should meet him. I decided I should meet him in a proper, formal way. So today at 8:11, when he smiled and said, "How are you?" I said, "Fine, and my name's Dani." And he softly answered, "Hey." And I said my name was Dani, and thank you for the extra phone. And he said his name was Taylor, which provides the inspiration for this poem. Taylor, the latte boy, He would like the fact it's musical because he plays guitar. So today at 8:11, Taylor told me he was playing in a band down in the village in the basement of a bar. And he smoothly flipped the lever to prepare my double latte. But for me, he made it triple, and he didn't think I knew. But I saw him flip the lever, and for me, he made it triple. And I knew that triple latte meant that Taylor loved me too. I said, what time are you playing? And thank you for the extra skip. He said, keep the 355 because this triple latte was on him. I pounded the pavement and tackled the audition scene. I was not equity when I first moved here with few professional credits on my resume, so it was really hard to get seen. I would wait around for 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours a day, just hoping and praying, please will you see me? And sometimes I did get seen. I would get a lot of compliments on my voice, but very rarely would I get a call back. All I seemed to be getting was rejection after rejection after rejection. Whatever happened to my heart? It was exciting at the start. Now we're halfway through Act 2, and I had nothing yet to do. I've been off stage for far too long. It's ages since I had a song. This is one unhappy diva. The producers have deceived her. There is nothing I can sing from my heart. Whatever happened to my part? I am sick of my career, always stuck in second gear. Up to here with frustrations and with fears. I know Grammys, no rewards. I know Tony Awards. I'm constantly replaced by Britney Spears. Britney Spears. Whatever happened to my show? I was a hit, now I don't know. I'm with a bunch of British guys, prancing round in Wally tights. I might as well go to the pub. They've been out searching for a shrub, out shopping for a bush. Well, they can kiss my tush. It seems to me they've really lost the plot. audition. I pressed on, I kept auditioning. Hey, if it came easy, it wouldn't be worth it, right? So I realized that real estate was cool, but again, not consistent money, and Starbucks was a lot of fun, but it didn't pay me enough to pay the bills, quite frankly. So again, I made a change. I got hired by a physical therapist in bougie Midtown East, and she hired me to be her front desk person. She was really impressed with my chiropractic office assistant background that I had from back in Georgia, and that I was an office manager, and she seemed to really like me, so I thought, great, this should be a great fit. Boy, was I wrong. Let me tell you, this woman was a bitch. She is worse than Meryl Streep's character in The Devil Wears Prada. She's that awful. She was like, Dani, you're way too perky. You need to tone it down. It's very obvious that you're not from New York, and oh, it's so apparent you're from the South. Seriously. She said to me, you are not to speak unless spoken to. That was not going to fly. I deserve to be treated so much better. So now I'm going to invite Emma Greene to come up on stage and to help me tell you about just how awful she was. What is this feeling so sudden and new?
I felt the moment I laid eyes on you.
My pulse is rushing,
My head is reeling.
my face is flushing. What is this feeling? Burning as a flame. Does it have a name? Yes. Loathing, unadulterated loathing for your face, your voice, clothing. Let's just say I love it all. Every little trait, however small, makes my very flesh begin to crawl. The simple utter loathing. There's a strange exhilaration in such total detestation. It's so pure, so strong. Though I do admit it came on fast, still I do believe that it can last. And I will be loathing, loathing you my whole life. What is this feeling so sad and new?
Unadulterated
I
loathing.
felt the moment
For
really
your face, your voice, your clothing.
Just brushing.
Let's just say I know it all.
Oh, what is this feeling?
Little trait, however small.
Does it have a name? Yes, loathing. There's a strange exhilaration in such total detestation. So pure, so strong. Though I do admit it came on fast, still I do believe that it can last. And there will be loathing for forever. Loathing, truly, deeply loathing you. My whole life long. Shoot. Following that horrendous experience, I made another job change. I'm kind of famous for making those. I took a work from home job working for a merchant account company, basically setting up companies with the capability to accept credit cards for their businesses. I was a customer service specialist. I know, fancy title. It wasn't the most exciting job in the world, but it gave me the flexibility to audition. So it served its purpose. In 2012 and 2013, those were really hard years for me health-wise because I had recurrent kidney stones, and they got so bad to the point that the doctors actually considered taking out my left kidney. It was quite scary for myself and my mom. We were like, what do we do? But by the grace of God and great doctors and being put on the right medication and altering my diet, we were able to save it. And I'm really forever grateful that we were able to save this organ. I'm glad that I have both of them. And, you know, I just thank God for each and every day that I'm here and that I got better and that my health took a turn for the better. the health obstacles, I had a really wonderful 2013. The paramount part of it was my birthright trip to Israel. I had always wanted to go to Israel, and I was really grateful that they let me go because I was technically too old. I was 27, and they cut you off at 26, but I wrote a letter, I petitioned, I was like, please let me go! And we did. And what a beautiful, glorious, divine place it is. A sad thing did happen while I was over there. Back in America, my pappy Herman, my grandfather, passed away. And I was torn. I didn't know what to do. I had to make a decision. Do I stay on birthright or do I leave and go to the funeral? And I thought about it, and Israel was always a place that Pappy wanted to go to, so I knew he would have wanted me to stay, so I did. And a really cool thing happened. The birthright participants, the Americans and the Israelis, came together and surprised me and held a memorial service for my grandfather. And these people had only known me a week. It was so nice, and we all stood around and said the mourner's cottage together, and we planted a spicy lemon tree in my grandfather's name, and we filmed the whole ceremony. It was really beautiful, and I got to take pieces of the lemon tree and bring them back to America and give them to my grandmother. It was amazing, and the friendships that I made on that trip are priceless. I will always keep those people in my heart. The Israeli soldiers, I still Skype with them today, and we got so close. And I want to tell you guys something about Israel. With everything going on in the world, there's a lot of controversy, and Israelis are the nicest, most welcoming people you will ever meet in your entire life. I've been to some countries before where I was nervous to say that I was an American because of the reaction that I would get. And when I was in Israel, they couldn't be any more welcoming or kind or lovely. And they kept saying, come, be here, join Aliyah, we love you, welcome, we're so excited to have you. So I really felt at home there. And I definitely got closer to God than I ever was before. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean the love of loves. It's the heart of every man. It's the hope of hopes. It's the love of loves. It's the song of every man. The next couple of years of my life were filled with dramatic dating sagas. Here's where it gets juicy. I had broken up with my long-term boyfriend and decided to do some online dating. You name it, I was on the site. OkCupid, Tinder, Hinge, JDate, JSwipe, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel, you name it, I was on it. I'm probably forgetting a lot of it. And I met the most horrendous guys. I can't even begin to tell you how awful they were. I mean, you would think I'm exaggerating when I'm telling you these stories, but I promise you I couldn't even make this step up if I tried. So I'll tell you one story. There was this one guy that I went out with, we'll call him Poker Face. I met Poker Face at Barnes & Noble because I figured public place, the chances of me getting murdered are, very small. So I walk in, I'm like, hi, I'm Dani, nice to meet you. And he goes, hi, nice to meet you.
That's it.
He had no emotion on his face. So I look at him, I'm like, wow, you're really serious. And he goes, sorry about that. I was a little scared, but I didn't want to be rude and leave, so I was like, I'm going to take one for the team, I'll hang out with him for a little bit. So we go upstairs, and in Barnes & Noble, they have a little Starbucks counter, so we go to order coffees, and he tries to get me to pay for him. I'm like, I don't know what century you're living in, but this goes one of two ways. You're going to go Dutch, or you treat me, I'm the woman, you're the man. So, big red flag, I did not pay for him, I made him pay for myself. I should have just left right then and there, but I was like, you know what? This is so bad, it's funny. I'll have a really great story to tell, so I'm gonna go. So, we sit down at a table and we drink our frozen coffees, and we start having a meaningless conversation. He's sitting there and he's telling me stories about his friends who I don't know and don't care about. He's like, my friend Margaret, she loves to play tennis, and my friend Steve, he plays basketball, and me, I like gossip. I'm like, excuse me? You're like, what? He's like, I like gossip. No emotion, just like stares at me. I'm like, okay, this is getting really weird. I'm gonna go over to the magazine rack over here. So I get up and I start looking at magazines, and he follows me. He comes up to me and he's like, that's a really nice shirt. Can I touch it? And before I can even reply, he's like, groping my shirt. Then I left. I was like, I have done this long enough. I took one for the team. You know what, it was really great meeting you, but I need to go home and walk my dog. Thank you, Ruckus, you saved me. So yeah, I made an exit stage left. But I'm not even kidding you, I had so many dates that were almost identical in terms of awfulness. Like they weren't that exact situation. But I don't even know how these people manage to exist in society being that weird. I had absolutely zero interest in any of these men. Let me see, when will I be available? When will I be free? March, September, June, November, 1933. 1934, 35, 36, never, that is the word I use, never, that is the word I choose. Tell him you really try, tell him that really I'd rather die. Never is much to wait, never, he makes me much to sing. Let him say he's so hateful, I let him know he's so hateful. I'd rather die. Never, that is the word I see. Never, that is the word I dream. Never, tell him you heard it. Tell him you heard it clear. Tell him if he comes through the door, I will trap on very quickly. Okay. So, 2014, 2015. In 2014, I had a really great experience. I got cast in my very first New York City opera debut, doing La Traviata with Bronx Opera. It was really fun, yay! Thank you. And I got to do some plays, stage readings, some off-Broadway and off-Broadway plays that were great resume buffers. And then in 2015, I started working for Enterprise. And here's the good news, I'm still there! I didn't change jobs! Thank you. Back in October, I got promoted to ELCO, their liability claims department, fancy, fancy. And I'm happy to say I finally found the right fit. Thank you, Jesus. I mean, it took long enough. But yeah, it's been great over there, and I'm going to tell you exactly how my interview went. Hey, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Let me be clear how much I'd love to work here. I have a skill set I hope will set me apart. When can I start? Today is great. I mean, why wait? If I'm hired, I'd be a good fit. Oh, I wasn't fired, I quit. I just freaked out a little bit. I got stressed out, but no doubt, here I'll be fine. I'm ready to shine. My greatest strengths are positivity, dependability, punctuality. Also, I make a good pot of tea. Okay, that pun was dumb. My greatest weakness, my friends call me panic button. Sometimes I get panic attacks, like I just can't relax. And it feels like the sky is falling, like a sinking feeling that I can't control. So I start bawling, cause I'm bad at concealing my inner soul. But it won't affect my work. I just go momentarily berserk. I'm just a panic button because of generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. Oh my God, it's not so bad, you'll see. I mean, I have to avoid a trigger so I don't jump around like Tigger. Like I worry about bills and the rent, and I binge on food with discontent. And I don't trust people since I was bullied as a kid. Or I worry they'll abandon me like my best friend did. And sometimes I'm an insomniac, or worse, a hypochondriac. If I have the smallest cough or sneeze, I fear I've got Legionnaire's disease. At times I'm overwhelmed, but it could be worse if I didn't have my happy pills in my purse. Oh, I can start in a few days. I was afraid I wouldn't hear back after listing the ways I go into a panic attack. Thanks for your time. I can't wait to be working for you. And I'll make sure my panic button is stuck down with glue, cause I'm a hard-working chick. In April of 2015, I was sent the biggest blessing and surprise from God. I met my love, Louie. I met Louie on good old-fashioned Tinder. It's true, you can meet real people on Tinder. You just have to put in a disclaimer, no hookups. That's all you need to do. So anyway, I got a message that said, "Are you my new best friend?" How cute is that? So I was like, wow, that's actually kind of funny. I should respond. And I looked at his profile, and there was a picture of him holding a dog, Score. And he had this quote about family. So I was like, yeah, I'll talk to him. So I started talking to him, and he told me he was a journalist, and he loved to write. And I was like, I also love to write. I'll go out with you. So I went out with him, And I am happy to say that we're still together today, yay! And we're so in love, and I love him so much. I love you, Louie. Your family's amazing, you're amazing. What can I say? You are my unexpected, spectacular love. I have never felt like this. For once I'm lost for words. Your smile has really thrown me. This is not like me at all. I never thought I'd know the kind of love you've shown me. Now, no matter where I am, no matter what I do, I see your face appearing. Like an unexpected song, an unexpected song that only we are hearing. I don't know what's going on, can't work it out at all, whatever may choose me. I just can't believe my eyes. You look at me as though you couldn't bear to lose me. Now, no matter where I am, no matter what I do, I see your face appearing. Like an unexpected song, an unexpected song that only we are hearing. I have never felt like this. For once I'm lost for words. Your smile has really thrown me. This is not like me at all. I never thought I'd know the kind of love you've shown me. Now, no matter where I am, no matter what I do, I see your face appearing. Like an unexpected song, an unexpected song that only we are hearing. Like an unexpected song, an unexpected song that only we are hearing. In March of this year, I got a call from my sister on Easter Sunday that she had stopped home in Pittsburgh to see our dad, and she found him to be very ill. Over the past several months, he had fallen into a very deep depression and stopped being able to function. Naturally, the news was very upsetting to me, and I decided in that moment that no matter what differences I had with my father, I wanted to put them aside and be there for him and help him get better and be a good daughter. I want to express to you my thoughts about mental illness. I think it is a serious issue in this country and it's not given enough attention. I think it is so important not to be ashamed if anybody suffers from mental illness. I myself suffer from depression and anxiety. And the main thing with mental illness is taking responsibility and getting help, getting it quickly, and getting good, wonderful treatment. It's so imperative for healing and for functioning and living. My dad right now is in not a great state, and his state of mind, he's not able to comprehend everything that's going on. But I hope that despite where he is right now, he knows that deep down, I love him no matter what, and I would do anything to help him get better. Dad, if you can hear me wherever you are, I love you so very much. Come back to us. We all need you. I need you.
Illuminate the night the way your spirit illuminates my soul. Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you see me? Papa, can you find me in the night? Papa, are you near me? Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you help me not be frightened? Looking at the skies, I seem to see a million eyes. Which ones are yours? Where are you now that yesterday has waved goodbye and closed its doors? The night is so much darker, the trees are so much colder, the world I see is so much bigger now that I'm alone. Papa, please forgive me, try to understand me. Papa, don't you know I had no choice? Can you hear me praying anything I'm saying? Even though the night is filled with voices, I remember everything you told me, every book I've ever read. And all the words and all the books help me to face what lies ahead. The trees are so much taller, and I feel so much smaller. The moon is twice as lonely, and the stars are half as bright. Papa, how I love you. Papa, how I need you. Papa, how I miss you kissing me. Good night.
Despite all of the struggles I have gone through in my life, let me say this with all of you as my witness. I refuse to be a victim. I make it a point to push forward and persevere, and I keep trying to tell myself, love life, love yourself, love God, and count your blessings. Honestly, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for all of you. Thank you to my mom. I definitely could not be doing this here in New York without you. Thank you to Louie. Thank you for loving me. I know I don't always make it easy. Thank you, all of you, for being my friends and family and my champions. And I'm just so forever grateful for the wonderful people I have in my life, even despite the hard obstacles. The one thing that I have learned from Dewey, my fabulous coach, is that you are enough. I remember when he first said that to me, I looked at him like he had 6 heads. But now I get it. I am enough. You are enough. We are all enough. It is imperative to know that. Love yourself, know who you are, and own it. We all make mistakes. Life can be unfair. Some people aren't going to like you no matter what you do. But no matter what, just continue to love yourself and be gracious. If you are unhappy with the way your life is going, you have the power within you to make changes and to start over. In my life, I never thought I'd get a second chance. I thought I was done, then I met you.
I placed my bet, and you came through. I somehow still lost, I somehow always do. This time feels new. Thank you for finding me, thank you for the care, and fuck you for making me think that this life might be fair. You promised to love me, a promise you kept, and I won't be sorry that you said to leave and I left. I won't regret what I did then, though it hurts more than I could imagine back when all the same even so, it would wrong you all over again. Am I always starting over in a brand new story? Am I always back at one after all I've done? 'Cause I've burned all of my bridges and learned every last lesson too. So how can I start new? I love our children fiercely and well. When they ask about you, I'll learn the stories I'll tell. And I don't regret the lives I didn't lead. I knew you, I wronged you, and let that be all that I need. Say that it's fate, say it's foretold. I'm through with fighting and I'm much too old. What the gods have to give, I'll take it, I'll live and be bold. If we're always starting over every brand new morning, then we're always starting out with the end in doubt. We can leave life for tomorrow, or grieve all that we thought we'd do, or make each moment new. All that has happened is happening now. All that might happen is here somehow. All of the choices that made me me. All of the accidents yet to be. It's all that's ahead, and all that's behind. It's all in the moments I make up my mind and open my heart and start and start. 'Cause we're always starting over every life we are living. 'Cause we're always just awake every step we take. And my love, our life is over, my love. I'll make you one last vow to start over and over and over somehow. My new life starts right
Ladies and gentlemen, Dani Granati.
Thank you all so much for being here today. You've been a wonderful audience. I want to thank Seth Bisen-Hersh on the piano. I want to thank Sarah over there on video. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, wait staff. Don't forget to tip them. They work hard for their money. She works hard for the money. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, everyone from Don't Tell Mama. Thank you to my mother for flying up here from Georgia. I love you, Mom. Thank you, Emma, for your beautiful singing and for flying up here from Georgia. Thank you, Louie. Thank you, all my friends and family. You're all beautiful. Did I hear someone say encore? Encore! I would like to call Emma Greene back up to the stage. This one's for all of y'all. Y'all. From Georgia. Never.
we must learn, and we are there to those who help us most to grow, if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It will make me that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a hand on my heart, and whatever way your stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you.
Because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the
By a
sun,
wind of
like
the
a stream that meets a
sea
boulder
dropped by a
halfway
bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
I do believe